friends. Today I'm going to be talking about what we are doing to prepare our foster son to go into respite care. So if you're interested in knowing what we are doing to prepare him for respite care, stick around, we'll get right into it. My name is Anna Leonora. If you are new here, my husband and I are foster parents in real life, and here on my YouTube channel, From the Fosters, we do foster parenting life together and raise awareness for the foster care system. So if any of that interests you, then please consider liking this video, subscribing to my channel down below, hit the post notification bell, set your notifications to all so that you can join my growing family here on YouTube. So we have had our foster son Casper for about 10 months, and we have never put him in respite care. Now, if you've been following us for a while, you know that we have been respite providers for other foster children, but we have never put any of our own foster children into respite care. And there's a lot of reasons for that, but we are finally going to do it. I want to preface this by saying there's nothing wrong with respite care. Nothing. Like I said, my husband and I have been respite providers for other foster children. I am just very type A. I don't want to send my foster children away. I just don't want to do that to them. I'm very attached to them. They're very attached to me. And I just don't want to do that if I don't have to. Now, there are situations where you absolutely have to. Of course, if you have a family engagement or something out of town, out of state, and you're not given permission by the child's bio parents and or by DSS or DCS, I think they call it in some states, to take the child with you, then you have to. You don't have another choice. We are not in one of those situations, but at the suggestion, very strong suggestion from our child's social worker, we are going to put him in respite care. But my stipulation was that I only want him to go for one night. I don't want to be away from him that long. I don't think he wants to be away from us that long. So my stipulation was that we're going to do one night and see how it goes. And then if we need respite in the future, we'll have a better idea of how he will handle it. So what are we doing to prepare our child to go into respite care? Well, as you know, if you've been here for a while, our foster son is almost 5 years old. So he's old enough to understand some things, but not old enough to understand everything. So we have been talking to him about it. We've been hyping it up as a sleepover. He's going to go have a sleepover with our respite provider, who is a woman who is wonderful. She went through foster care training with us. So we do know her. We have a personal relationship with her, and we trust her entirely with our foster son. So we've been hyping it up like a play date, like a sleepover, just making it sound like it's going to be a lot of fun, because honestly, I think it will be for him. She is a wonderful human being who is amazing with children, and she has a lot of toys at her house. She has a lot of fun activities planned for them. So I think they're really going to have a good time. So we've been trying to hype it up. We have been talking to him about it for a while. So by the time he goes into respite, we will have been discussing it with him for at least 1 week, at least 7 days, because we don't want it to come as a surprise to him. One of the other things we did was we took him to her house, because he will be staying with her at her home instead of her coming to stay with him in our home. He is going to go stay with her in her home. So we took him to her home. He has met her previously, but it was a long time ago. It was pre-COVID. We haven't seen her since COVID started. So we wanted to reintroduce him to her so that she's not a stranger, so that she is a familiar face to him. And we really wanted to let him see the house, where he's going to be sleeping, what kinds of toys are available to him there, so that he can be more comfortable with it. It's not a totally strange person. It's not a totally strange house, but also so he can get a little bit excited. He saw all the toys she had and he got so excited. So that was one of the things we did. So we prepared him, or have been preparing him, for at least a week before going there by talking to him about what's happening. We also, again, took him to her home so he could see her house, so he could meet her again, see the toys that are there, and kind of get excited about it that way. The other thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be writing out a big list. I know it's only one night, but I'm type A, and I really want him to be cared for in the way that I would care for him, because I've been caring for him for almost 10 months now. So that's what he knows. So I'm going to be writing out a list of foods he likes, foods he doesn't like, toys he likes to play with, TV shows he likes, what his bedtime routine looks like, what his wake up routine looks like, and just everything I can think of. He's not on any medications. He can brush his own teeth, but he usually needs some help after that. He is potty trained, just things like this, so that she's aware of all the ins and outs. And if she does see behaviors from him, what kinds of verbiage we use to communicate with him when he's in a certain state of mind, and when certain behaviors are coming out, the things that we say to him and the things that we do, so that it's kind of consistent across the board. So that's going to be one of the other things that I do. And the next thing I do is I'm going to be packing up a lot of his comfort things, right? So we're going to make sure that he has his nightlight, that he has his sound machine because it helps him sleep at night, that he has his favorite stuffed animals and blankets, so that those are really comfort items for him and he can feel comforted and have those like pieces of things that are familiar to him at night. Maybe some of his favorite toys, and we're probably even going to send him with a couple of his food items that we know he will eat. Like, he will eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich if all else fails. So we might send him with a couple of those frozen, uncrustable peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, just so she has them just in case. He also drinks Pediasure. We call it his chocolate milk. So we're going to send a few of those with him so that he has familiar foods and drinks as well. And the last thing we're going to do to prepare him for his respite single night, and the last thing we're going to do to prepare him for his first and so far only night in respite, is that when it's time for drop off, we're really going to, again, hype it up. Like, this is so exciting. You're going to have a great sleepover. Look at all these toys you're going to play with, all these activities. Can you draw me a picture or color me a picture? Can you make something for me for when I come back? And then just really reiterate to him, we will be back tomorrow. We will see you tomorrow. And then make sure to follow through with that the next day we're going to show up for him, so that he can trust that even if we put him in something like respite care or leave him with a friend, anything like that, that he can trust that we're going to come back and be there for him. So we're really excited, very nervous. Again, it's not that we don't trust the respite provider. She's wonderful and amazing and just a great all-around human. You know who you are. She watches my videos. So, hey, shout out to you. I'm not going to use her name because I don't know if she's comfortable with that, but she knows who she is. I'm going to do one night. We're going to see how it goes. And that way, if we need it in the future, we have a better idea of how he will react to it, because you never know. A medical procedure may come up, an out-of-town trip, that we don't get permission to take him with us, anything. Things come up, accidents happen, and we want him to be comfortable in respite care if it comes down to us needing that. So of course, I will update you after the respite weekend happens, how he handled it, how it went, my thoughts on it. I'll come at you with that. So if you're interested in seeing the update and you haven't already subscribed to my channel, subscribe down below, hit the post notification bell, select your notifications to all so that you don't miss when I post more videos like this or any of my other videos, from foster care updates to just foster care awareness, foster parent reacts videos, any of those things. And if there's anybody who is a foster parent or is thinking about foster parenting or knows a foster parent that you think might get value from my videos, please feel free to share my videos, my channel with them, so that we can raise more awareness for the foster care system. As always, friends, until next time, Continue to shine your light in the world. Bye.